Howdy there, I'm that indie games guy, and if you're here, then you're exactly like me. You love indie games and want to know what games will be coming out in the future. Or if you're watching this from the future, games that have already been released. This video, I'll explore a whole list of indie games that are set to be released shortly. These could be games you've already wishlisted, or unknown gems. Let me know in the comments below if you like the look of any of these games, and let the video commence. Starting us off this month, it's time to put on your stomping boots, throw on that chainmail and bust down some doors in Guards, a co-op fantasy FPS where you'll be tracking down criminal scum and bringing them to the Lord's Manor, either dead or alive, but most of them will probably be dead. You and your group of friends will need to work together to get the job done, and it won't just be kill, kill, kill. You'll have to protect and escort in certain missions as well to get the client out safely. Go all Batman before the mission starts, as you'll need to scout out around the joint to check for potential traps, see how many criminals are around, and maybe, if you're lucky, you might find a secret entrance to sneak in and surprise all of them. Guards will be a massively fun game to play with your friends. It's nothing too serious where you'll need to focus for hours, and more of a laugh from start to end as you charge in and swing that sword around. Alien planets are rarely painted as a nice and peaceful place. The Mobius Machine isn't going to be one of them. This beautiful side-scrolling adventure puts you on a vast alien world that will have things creeping and crawling towards you. The game has been made as a 3D platformer in a 2D world. It looks fantastic, and I can't wait to jump around in this low gravity area. It'll be great to explore if it wasn't for the hundreds and thousands of aliens trying to eat us. You'll need to fight back against the hordes that are trying to make you dinner. The Mobius Machine is a perfect side-scrolling space Metrovania. That'll be fantastic if you're looking for a new game that is all about exploring and figuring out what and why this has happened. As you can see here, we're starting off with nothing but a blank canvas, and slowly we build up to make a beautiful, colourful masterpiece. It might sound like painting, but this is far from it. This is 64, a casual strategy game that's all about making single machines turn into a thriving factory. Relaxing doesn't even cover this game. With no pressures and a palette of beautiful colours at your disposal, it'll be a feast for the eyes as you can chill out making this factory tick. 64 will be the perfect game for people who love a little idle management. Whilst you'll have other things to do here and there, the aim of the game is to make it so the factory runs for you, not the other way around. I can be a real sucker for war games. They're not just all first-person shooters anymore. We get a bit of every genre dipping their toes into it. And with Classified France 44, we have the toes of the party-based combat, ready to tackle the enemies on the front line. That's right, Classified France 44 is a single-player, turn-based combat game, where you'll take charge of a small unit of troops who complete raids that will help towards the overall victory needed for the war. These types of turn-based games are ones that I absolutely love. You can move around the map and get into better positions before fighting, or go all stealth and try to take people out before the action. And what I love is that they've even said that if you keep taking people out using stealth, the enemy will realise that people are starting to go missing and actively look for you. I think that's crazy. They've even stated it'll be mod friendly and even have a map creator within the game. That's amazing. If people end up enjoying the game, you can see an endless list of missions for you to sink your teeth into. I really believe Classified France 44 is going to be a fantastic game for people to play. Now this is a board game I can get behind. The game Calico has opened up its doors to allow the cats to escape to help out, with building adorable quilts. This is Quilts and Cats of Calico. Pretty on the nose if you ask me. Quilts and Cats of Calico is a 1 to 4 player board game, where the task is to make the best quilt possible that will attract all the cats at the end of the game. You'll do this by carefully selecting the patterns to apply to your quilt so you can gain bonuses at the end of the round. I love board games, but I've never really played one online. It's normally with a physical board, but I love the idea of this game. It's not like everyone has millions of cats at home to run over to a freshly made quilt. The game would take weeks and probably wouldn't be fun. Calico was cute and adorable, so to take the best part, the cats obviously, and make a board game is super smart. I can't wait to get building my quilt and get the cats to come lie on me. Well, digital me anyway. And here you see the lone male attempting to climb a wall. Is it a real wall? Or is it a metaphor for the life they have lived? I'm sure most of us have heard of Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, a rage-inducing game where the commentator has a safe and calming voice that actually angers you more because of it. Well, we have another game coming to the market that will have us all crying when playing. But once you've finally climbed to the top of the tower, you'll be hit with a rush of emotions, as it's one of the greatest feelings that you can get while completing a game. A difficult game about climbing will have you attempting to climb upwards. Pretty simple. Over a matter of different obstacles that will slowly get harder the higher you climb. And sadly, if you fall, you could end up at the very bottom and have to start all over again. This is what we call the calm before the storm, as what happens next includes the following: a broken mouse, broken keyboard, broken monitor, momentary rage of foul language, and much more. Welcome to the games that have the highest of highs and lowest of lows. The game has been created by a single developer, so first of all, massive congratulations on the release. I hope to see more games like this in the future, and let's attempt to climb in this difficult game. Now this is going to be an extraordinary adventure, through lands and beasts that you could never have imagined. Chasing the Unseen is an exploration game that will take you to places you've only seen in your wildest of dreams. You'll play as a young boy who is looking for an answer. Alone in this vast world, he'll need more than just wit to get what he's looking for. The locations you'll be exploring aren't lush jungles or long deserts. If you look up, you might find a giant octopus slowly flipping through the air that's just begging to be climbed and allow you to push forward in your quest for answers. The massive creatures you find along the way will make you think really about how small you can be in life. But that doesn't matter. As long as your heart's big, you'll be able to conquer anything. Explore these surreal and beautiful locations, jump and climb over creatures that defy explanation, and most of all, enjoy the journey as you find out once and for all who you are. Real life moment, we recently have been to Barcelona, and the city is beautiful. Lots of places to visit and explore, so if you ever get the chance, please head over. But whilst we were there, we did have to take a few taxis, and the place and the roads were crazy. So the game right here will allow me to jump straight into the mind of a local in Barcelona and understand how to learn these unfamiliar roads. This is Taxi Life, a city driving simulator, and you'll be able to drive around the beautiful city of Barcelona as you learn the trade and aim to take your business off the ground. The game is mainly the driving aspect. This isn't no crazy taxi. You'll need to carefully drive your clients to the destination in a good time to ensure a good rating. When not driving around the locals and tourists, you'll be managing your company to ensure that you become the best taxi rank in all of Barcelona, managing staff and upgrading your business as you make more money. I feel like if you had one of those steering wheels connected to your PC, this game would basically be the real thing. Pretty much like being at the location, except you don't have to speak to people nor leave your room. Sounds like heaven to me. There is something so satisfying about Bore Blasters, this dwarf mining exploration game, watching all the blocks of earth and ore explode into beautiful pixel dust. It's like you're being showered with wealth as you collect all the goodies the world has to offer. Bore Blasters has you flying around in your portable drill, collecting items that will upgrade your ship and make you filthy rich, so that you can once again upgrade your ship, and the cycle goes on and on. This isn't your typical slow-paced mining game. These dwarfs know how to dig, blasting through rocks at the speed of light once the upgrades start rolling in. Build robots to help you destroy and collect so the job just gets easier and easier. I love the SteamWorld dig games, just digging for certain ores or for pretty much technology. I hope this is the fully wrapped version of the game as we go ploughing through and leaving nothing but gold dust behind us. I love nothing more than when a game that you've been following for a while gets released. This has been on my wishlist for months, and it's so close to release now. This is Highwater, a beautiful end-of-the-world adventure, where Earth has been flooded and it won't be long before the world itself just gives up on everyone. But you've heard rumours of a ship leaving for Mars, and it might just be the final ray of hope you've got to keep hold of to get this party going. Whilst the Earth flooding is a really bad thing, Highwater has done an amazing job of making this disaster seem beautiful. Going around on a boat whilst looking for survivors or loot, it will seem like the world really is still. As you travel, no traffic, no people shouting, just you and your crew, as you explore for an escape. Not everyone is happy though. You will still sadly have people who wish to stop you or steal from you. Turn-based combat will be the make or break fight to see if your party will make it out alive. Highwater is already going to be one of my Game of the Year suggestions, I believe, and I can't wait to explore this new world. Necromancy is pretty cool in games, and remember that, in games. You get to bring the dead back and command armies of troops, and this next game is definitely not going to let us down. This is Mourn, a third-person action roguelike. Life hasn't been easy recently for Era. She wakes up remembering nothing except two fuzzy thoughts. She has to save someone, and she'll do anything to make sure it happens. The weapon you wield is so badass. Each side of the scythe do something different. One is to destroy, and the other is to reanimate. You'll be able to pull off some crazy moves as you swing to kill and follow up with a swing to save. Death is just another instance for Era. When you die, you'll end up in limbo. Not really here, but not really there, as you'll be able to upgrade and unlock new magics to help you get further next time. Mourn will have you cutting down foes to bring them back as allies. Nothing will be easy for you as you venture out to save that someone, but one thing can definitely be for certain: nothing will be able to stop you, not even death themselves. Now I bet you're wondering how we got here. A game about a cat with a buff, and that's buff with a PH body, going round beating people up. I know I sure am wondering that, and I was the one who made this list. This is Kinnikuneko, Super Muscle Cat, a 2D side scroller, where you'll need to use all your 9 lives if you're to save the world from the alien invasion. Yep, seems like a normal anime game to me. This cat has one hunky body, and I'm sure the aliens were looking down on Earth for a while thinking they would be able to capture everyone with no issues. But once again, this cat is a hunk that can't be caught, it's impossible. And now Kinnikuneko is the last hope for us to get our planet back from these invaders. The graphics genuinely look amazing, the anime style will definitely be the selling point for a lot of people, and the gimmick of the main character will be the reason that I play this game. Time to go and squat kick some alien scum. It's like March was just like, hey, we need a running theme of animals as main characters. We've just had the hunk cat, and now we have a skinny spacesuit bear. This is Bears in Space, a fast-paced bullet hell all-out action-packed crazy adventure, as you'll play as a human who has been infused with she-bear DNA, so you can release your inner animal when needed. An adventure that you'll never forget as you go head first into action every second you survive. This is the literal definition of non-stop hell, as enemies don't know the difference between easy and hard mode. This is fully giving me Doom, but with a lighter palette on the eyes instead of just red and black. The bullet hell seems seriously fun, and you can tell the game is going to offer humour at all corners. Sign me up for some of that she-bear DNA, please. And now we move over to the final game on the list. This is Necrosmith 2, the sequel to the game of the same name, as you go back to the land of the living again. Again, as you died once and you came back and it's happened again, so back alive again. Pretty complicated. You'll need to build your army to fight and defend your tower in this tower defense game. Build your army from scratch as you attach and reattach body parts from different fantasy beasts to create the ultimate unit to help you bring about the Age of Darkness. I can imagine you can get really creative here, as you can make your own creatures. A dragon head with the body of a golem maybe? That would be pretty sick. Necrosmith 2 has added titans. That's right, they've been watching Attack on Titan and decided to add some of their own into the game. Build your own titan to face down against the Roman beasts trying to kill you. And there we have it. I hope you've all found a game that you wish to play next month, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye!